Welcome to Math Soul. In this video, we are going to factorize quadratic trinomials. The general form of quadratic trinomials, I can write general form. General form of the quadratic trinomials are ax squared plus bx plus c. How to factorize ax squared plus bx plus c? It's something like if we have, I can take an example like x squared plus 8x plus 15. So you can say that it's a similar, it's look like the same. Ax squared plus bx plus c. We have a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is constant. So in this case, our coefficient of x squared is 1. So I can say our a equal to 1. What is our b? Our b equal to 8 because b is the coefficient of x. What is c? C is constant. So c equal to 15. Very important that you understand what is a and what is b and what is c. Because when we are doing the quadratic solution, then we need to know what is a and b and c. Okay, now when we need to do this sort of expression, we need to do factorizing. Then very importantly, we need to break this component which is b. So we need to break this to b in a two component. So I can say b would be b1 plus b2. I would say b1 plus b2 will be b. So I am breaking b in a b1 plus b2. So in this case b is 8. And so we can make 8 in different way, like you can say 4 plus 4 is 8, 6 plus 2 is 8, 1 plus 7 is 8, 10 minus 2 is 8. So you can make that 8 in different way, but make sure that you are following the second condition as well. So b1 times b2 would be ac. AC. What is AC in this case? A times C. What is A times C here? A is 1, C is 15. So 15 times 1, which is 15. So these both conditions should be fulfilled when you are breaking this 8x. So actually instead of 3 components, we have 1, 2, 3 components. We are breaking this into 2. So it would be total 4 components. But the way we are breaking, we have to fulfill that both condition. So if you see that 15, how we can, what is the b1 and b2 which makes 8 but times of this making 15? If you look at x squared plus I would say 3x plus 5x plus 15. Okay, now you can see 3x plus 5x which is 8x. So the first condition fulfilled. So b1 should be 3 and b2 should be 5. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And second condition is multiplication of b1 and b2. So it means multiplication of this and this should be the multiplication of these two. I usually draw like that, the student can remember it. So you see, I am breaking this 8x into two components which gives 8x. We are not changing the value. At the same time, I am thinking the second condition, that multiplication of these two, new term b1 and b2, which gives us the multiplication of the two end part. Two end part means a times c. So I always say two end parts. So it means the first one and the last one. So you can see it's a good face then. Now we have 4 components. You can just group it now. So what is the common factor in between x squared plus 3x? So you can just say x is the common factor and then leave x plus 3. If you do 5 is the common factor, is x plus 3 left. Now you can say okay, x plus 3 is common, then here is x plus 5. X plus 5. So the very important thing is when you are not correctly doing this part, you can fill in the next step, because if you do that correctly, always that part and that group should be the same. If you get something different, then you can go back and check, okay, it fulfilled the first condition, do you really fulfill the second condition or not? If you fulfill both correctly, then you should get always same, okay. Okay, how about okay, do another example. Maybe we can have a question like x squared minus 7x plus 10. Okay, so here we always look here, then what is this coming for? A is 1 and B is 10. Oh, sorry, C is 10. So AC multiplication should be 10, but the addition should be the minus 7, because you can see the minus 7 here. One thing you can remember, because we have to, whatever you are breaking here, the multiplication of these two should be the multiplication of these two, right? So it means we have, if you multiply this and this is a positive 10. So it means whenever you are breaking this two, it should be, multiplication should give in positive. Only you get positive when it's a positive positive, then positive positive positive, or the second option could be negative negative, because negative negative is also positive. So this is the two possibility, either both negative or both positive. Why? Because we have a positive here. But in this case here you can see it's a minus b, so it cannot be both positive. You can imagine. So this is the way you can like cancelling or eliminating some thinking, like okay, it cannot be both positive, because as I said before, it could be either both positive or both negative, because we have a times part, it should be the positive 10. So in order to get that, either both negative or both positive. But here it cannot be both positive, it should be both negative. Why? Because we have negative here, so it cannot be both positive. So now you can think, okay, how we can make both negative and which gives 7x, and multiplication giving 10, which is pretty simple. We can just say, okay, it is minus 2x and minus 5x. You see, minus 5x minus 2x is minus 7x, and at the same time if you multiply it, minus minus plus, 5 times 2 is 10, so plus 10. Okay, now you can just write down, okay, this is x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10. So all about 3 component there, we are making 4 by making the breaking that b as a b1 and b2. And now you can just factorize the first two term, x minus 2 minus 5 common, then x minus 2. As I said, you will get always this term same. So now x minus 2 is the common, then x minus 5 would be the left. Let's have a look another 2 problem based on this concept. So we have let's say we have x squared plus x minus 6. So obviously you can see that we have x squared plus x, we have a equal to 1 in this case. We can change it if you want. So in this case a equal to 1, and our b will be 1 and c is minus 6. So it means when you are multiplying a and c should be minus 6, and then b, when you are adding that b, it should be 1 in this case. Now how to break, and you can see that when you are breaking, again think like that, you have negative here. So how we can get, because we are multiplying these two and getting this other two, right? So when you are multiplying, how we can get negative in the multiplied result? So when b1 times b2 will give negative, either, so any one of these should be negative. It cannot be both negative or both positive, because both positive is giving positive but it is negative, both negative gives also positive but it is negative. So it means one should be positive, one should be negative. So now how to break that plus 1x and which multiplication gives minus 6, and one positive, one negative? Why not thinking, okay, plus 3x maybe minus 2x. So if you do plus 3x minus 2x is plus x, and at the same time if you multiply it, plus minus minus, 3 times 2 is 6. So you see, that's how I'm thinking. So positive is the dominating and 3 times 2 is 6, and we are getting one negative because one positive, one negative, which gives the negative. Now x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. Now you can see that we can just take the factor, what is x plus 3, then minus 2 common, again as I said always same, then you can take x plus 3 common, x minus 2. So initially you will feel a little bit difficulties to break this up to fulfill both condition, but whenever you are doing more and more, if you do more and more practice, it will be easier. You don't need to think much. And the way you can make it easier, that okay, if it's a negative, either any one of these two should be negative. If it's a positive, then both positive or both negative. That's how you can make your job easier. Now look at another example. If we have 2x squared minus 2x minus 24, you can see that we have 2, 2, 24. Why not just taking 2 as a factor in the beginning? Oh no, it's not 12, it's a 12, sorry. X squared minus x, we are taking 2 out, then it's a 12. So that's the, we can do the first factor, we are taking the 2 out. Then you can see again, we have a monic quadratic. Okay, the term monic I never used here. Monic means when x square coefficient a, which is 1. So in this case we can see a is always 1. Whatever problems we are doing, always a is 1. It's called monic. But don't worry if it is a non-monic. I mean, if it is a more than 1, it's like a 2, 3 or 5, whatever. Don't worry, you have to use the similar strategy to do that. So multiplication of these two should be the multiplication of these two, doesn't matter where it is. If it is a 2, then multiplication should be 6 times 2, something like that. So we probably do it in next lesson for non-monic, but it's pretty much same explanation. Okay, now we have to break this into two components. Again, you can see negative, so it should be one positive, one negative. That can only give the multiplication negative. If you look at here, one positive, one negative gives the negative. Otherwise, both negative or both positive should be positive. So in this case, positive and the negative is the dominating. So what we can do, okay, we can write down x squared, negative is the dominating, and 3 times 4 is 12. So it's 4x plus 3x minus 12. You see, I don't need to think much. So minus 4x plus 3x is minus x. And then if you multiply these two, plus minus minus, 3 times 4 is 12. So 12x squared. Now you can just do that. So it's the same. Not necessarily you have to show always in your test, but this is just for your understanding. Now you can just take 2 common, which is, and if you want to take the, I can do the square bracket. And then you can take x common, which is x minus 4. If you take plus 3 common, then x minus 4, then bracket close, then you can just write down like equal to 2 of x minus 4, because these are times relation anyway. So x minus 4, if you take as a factor, then here is a x plus 3 will be left. So our final answer will be 2 times x minus 4 times x plus 3. Now I am just leaving 2 questions for you guys to answer. Try to go through all these 4 questions that I already explained, and if you don't understand, listen again and then try to solve these questions. Until you can solve by yourself, your understanding has something wrong, just go back and listen again. That's my advice for this students. Okay, so the first question for you guys to solve, x squared plus 3x minus 4, factorize it, not solve, sorry. So first question to factorize is x squared plus 3x minus 4, and then second question of this quadratic trinomial is x squared minus 2x plus 1. So factorize these two. If you have any concern about it, just put a comment in the comment box. I'm happy to answer you guys. Thanks for watching.